Hi folks, good morning to each one of you. Always a huge pleasure and happy moments when I really share stuff with you. A very important topic today I want to discuss with you. Of course, this topic will answer a number of questions. Normally I've seen people putting a whole lot of videos about number of topics covering your CV, covering your work life, covering your personal life and a whole lot of stuff like that. So I try to answer all the questions in one video, so please watch till the end. We've seen a lot of questions come up in our professional and personal lives. Things like, can I lie on your resume? Can I lie on my job application? Can I cook up some job when I was in a sabbatical? Can I cover up between jobs on my profile? It goes on and on and on. And of course, all of us have encountered these situations. There's nothing like an ideal career. We all have ups and downs in our career. We also deliberately or consciously, unconsciously make mistakes in our career. So it is quite natural that probably we have not always rosy things to say about our career graph. It could be at any point in your career. It could be early career, mid career, late in your career, just a couple of years into college, after college into jobs and things like that. And the questions which keep asked is, one, can I inflate my skills, inflate my knowledge, inflate my competencies and put it on my CV, bullet points which really don't reflect my true skills but probably reflect much more than that. Can I cook up can I probably fudge with the dates of an employer? For example, if I've been with an employer for 2 years or 1.5 years, can I probably stretch it and take it to about 3 years because my next job was after 1.5 years, I was in a sabbatical. So we have number of questions like this, and unfortunately or fortunately, the corporate environment across the globe and even India has changed a lot. Maybe 10 years back, 15 years back, it was a situation where companies really didn't bother to verify facts. And there were also no means of verifying the facts other than asking the candidate himself. Maybe the best way to cross check was professional references or personal references provided by the candidates. And typically in providing references also there is a tendency to be biased. We choose people who should give preferences, and we also tutor people that in case they get a call from the organization, they can probably say this and say not this. So that is how it has been. But now thanks to technology in recruitment, thanks to a lot of unethical practices across the employee pool in the country and even across the globe, companies are very conscious. Companies have brought in foolproof systems to check if whatever you state on your CV or resume are facts. This is right starting from your schooling, your college, the percentage of marks you mentioned, the accolades in college. You could probably have 10 bullet points about the prizes you won on college, how good you were in elocution, how good you were in technology competition, things like that. It goes on and on and on. And normal tendency, or probably I'm not sure if I can use the word Indian psyche, is to probably try and add a few more lines just to make it a colorful CV. This is in terms of educational qualification. As a matter of fact, in some states, geographically in 1 or 2 states in this country, even fake degrees are quite common, and this is almost like fake degree factories running in parts of the country where people obtain certificates to show their fake degrees. So this is one extreme. The other extreme is, of course, people probably trying and coloring up their accolades in college, maybe saying that they obtained distinction when they have not, and things like that. The next point where information cover-ups happen is once you start working, maybe you work in a place for 2-3 years, the next place you work for 1 year, but this 1 year becomes a very short stint from a corporate point of view. You think if you keep saying you worked only for 1 year in a couple of organizations, prospective employers will not look at a CV, so you tend to manipulate or fudge the dates in which you worked and things like that. So all this is a part of information misrepresentation. In one word, information representation can happen in any stage, right from being a fresher to getting to the CXO or CEO roles of the organization. As I told you, companies have now perfected the art of reference checking. There are huge professional third-party agencies which do reference checks, and as a matter of fact, reputed multinational companies and Indian companies even resort to using more than one third party firm for reference check. They first hire one firm for reference check, and they don't go blindly by that. They again cross verify whatever the first firm has stated using a second firm or even third firm. And this is not for senior professionals. Believe me, in the case of multinational Indian technology companies, multinational and Indian technology companies, even for fresh hires out of the campus, they probably carry this double cross reference checking, as I say it. So the hiring system is getting more and more foolproof. The age and time when you can get away with misrepresentation of facts or lies is gone. So the question of whether you should lie on your resume, state wrong things on your resume, inflate your skills, inflate your accolades in the particular job description or in the particular employment, show your achievements so that you are a best performer, etc., etc. All these happen. But the biggest point is, as you increase the number of these colorings on your profile, it will be very difficult for you to actually remember, because facts are always easily remembered, truth is easily remembered for anybody. That is human tendency. When there are more and more lies, you tend to forget whatever you said in interviews, and then you cut a sorry figure. So in terms of body language, it is very, very easy for a prospective employer to find out that you are probably not saying the truth. So this is one thing. The other part is, in today's corporate world, or probably even both personal and personal life, I will use the word information integrity. The integrity is the power of the word. Whatever you say is being trusted, and every decision made by the corporate in terms of hiring you, in terms of giving you a salary offer, in terms of going by your word, in terms of whatever has been past accomplishments, it is all purely based on information integrity. So I think this word is a very, very powerful word. Information integrity should be the fundamental of whatever you state on your CV or anything in the public domain. Don't state anything which is not true. The moment you say something, see whether you are true to the power of your word, because people are going by whatever you say, be it in formal situations, be it informal situations. Everybody works on trust. Today's world works on trust. So even if the company is not doing a reference check, even if the company is not going to check about you, try and state all the facts, and probably if there are a couple of gaps in the CV, there is nothing wrong, as long as you can rationalize your sabbaticals, rationalize between jobs. Obviously the company is not going to reject you because of it, because companies also understand. Even the company which is hiring you now is going to pay, has pink slips people a number of points in time, and they know people lose jobs, and when they lose jobs, it is not that next morning people get instant jobs, because there tend to be these job gaps are quite normal. So try and not cover up that, try and say the honest facts. Yes, if you've been pink slipped because of external environmental reasons, state that. But if you think that you've been pink slipped because your performance is not up to the mark, particularly in one particular organization, then honestly state as a fact, because performance is not just an outcome of whatever you do. It is also an outcome of what kind of support the organization gives you, the product and service you're selling, and things like that. So there's nothing to feel ashamed to state the fact that you probably have not underperformed. You probably have not performed to your mark in a particular assignment. Yes, if you not perform well in probably a series of jobs, maybe 3-4 jobs, and you're continuously being pink slipped, then it is a cause for huge worry. I think then you need to really think about the line of work you're pursuing. Maybe you're in the wrong line. You need to reinvent yourselves, reinvent your career and things like that. So that's a different topic altogether. But if you're pink slipping, or if your job loss is a one-off thing, there's nothing wrong in stating that fact. Similarly, if for some reason academically you didn't shine very well, you can state it, because people who are not academically well off obviously can have great street smart skills. A lot of candidates who really are academically subpar are extremely good on the work, extremely good in professional work environments. And contrarily, I've seen a lot of people who are distinction in their academic thing, but really they falter, or they really don't fit a good work environment, work culture, because work culture is also an outcome of your interpersonal skills, your soft skills, and it is much more than your educational qualification. So when you talk about your skills, competencies, and overall values which you bring to the table, it is better to remember that it is not just academics which are the deciding factor. There are a number of factors. Like for example, if you are being hired from the campus, if there is a need to hire people only with probably distinction, obviously the company will blindly come and hire people with distinction. But no, they're not doing that. They're saying there's a minimum percentage of marks is cut off, 70%, and then there is a series of rounds of discussion testing your personal skills, professional skills, networking skills, soft skills, debating skills, and a whole lot of things like that. So hiring is a combination of multiple factors. Hiring is not just a singular factor. It is not that your academic percentage alone determines hiring. Likewise, in every job or every function, your overall contribution to the organization, how well you got along with people, how well you made your team perform, how you are good as a leader, how are you guiding people in that particular leadership role. All these factors come into play. So every job is an outcome of multiple factors. It is good to remember that. So it is in this context that you should probably avoid stating untruths in your career graph as much as possible. Why as much as possible? I'll say avoid saying it fully, irrespective of what the consequences, because the consequences of maybe will be of not getting hired in a particular organization, but you'll also get hired in another organization which values your integrity. So in that sense, it is very, very important that information integrity is the most important thing in professional and personal lives today. Bear that in mind. And if you keep in mind that information integrity is the only thing you should value, then all other questions get redundant. Whether you should lie in your resume, whether you should cook up the dates for your profile, whether you should inflate your soft skills, whether you should inflate your accomplishments in all the past jobs, all these questions become completely redundant when you decide that you will only give place for truth. Yes, marginally there could be perception differences, because you could think that you are an excellent communicator, but the outside world, if I'm an interviewer, I might not agree that you are an excellent communicator, but I'll agree that yeah, you are a good communicator, decent enough for me to hire. So those perception differences can always be there, but gross wrongdoings, gross wrong messages, gross misrepresentation of facts is something which will put off your prospective employers. Not alone putting off prospective employers, your market name or market reputation will get very, very badly hampered, in the sense that maybe after a few years you probably will not be hired by any company, because today the information flow between companies, between the HR professionals, between professional network is also widely there. Once they perceive that a candidate has provided more than given wrong information more than once, the word will tend to spend around and is going to hamper your career in a big way. So for the sake of short-term gains, you are making a huge long-term mistake, and this long-term mistake could cost you both your reputation and even your career in the long run. So to put all these questions to rest, these questions can be asked in 25 ways. Like I said, whether I should lie on your resume, whether I should state wrong facts on your resume, whether I should cook up dates, whether I should say that I performed 120% in the previous job, whether I should say that I was a best performer, whether I was a top performer in the country. It can go on and on and on. The singular answer to all these questions or all these doubts in your mind is one word: information integrity. Is whatever you are saying in line with information integrity? Is whatever you are saying in line with your conscience and truth? And is whatever you are saying is something you can remember even in your sleep? These are the thumb rules, or these are the benchmarks for whatever you should state in your job applications across your career graph in any situation. As a matter of fact, I'll stretch it further and say that these are very, very good qualities to even bear in personal life. Of course, that is a conscious choice you make, because personal life is your personal choice. One really can't influence you. But professional life obviously means there are a number of employers involved, number of people involved, hiring managers involved, HR involved, professional leaders involved, and a huge network is involved. So in that context, you should keep in mind that information integrity is the most supreme value, and nothing else comes remotely close to information integrity. This is a powerful message I wanted to share with you, and this answers a whole lot of questions which are answered by umpteen number of videos in the YouTube ecosystem as to how you should handle information from your perspective, how you should present information to your prospective employer or whomever it is. Thank you. It was wonderful talking to you about this very, very interesting but important and crucial topic. I'm sure it is going to be useful for you. I'd urge you to share this with your friends and professional network. I'll see you soon in another video. Consider liking and subscribing this channel. Thanks a lot.